All right, both streams should be up and running. Market has about 10 seconds here, so we'll get to see the closing price here on the Qs and SPY. We'll go over the market, go over today's plays, talk about what to expect moving into the rest of the week. All right, let's get started. Good afternoon. This is Ifan from the Strategic Day Trader, and this is your market wrap for May 11th, 2021. Qs. Now, just shy of unchanged, down 0.14% there. SPY still almost 1%. Wasn't gapping down as much as the Qs, but did not recover as much, down 0.88. Coming into today, okay, we were neutral to bearish, but what we outlined was that if the Qs gap down, consider it a buying opportunity. Now, I didn't know the Qs were going to gap down 2% or whatever it ended up gapping down, right? But if we gapped up, look for us to hold for a bit and then maybe sell off in the afternoon. If we open up flat, expect us to rally. And then if we gap down, that was the one I think was kind of most easy to anticipate. If we gap down, expect us to get bought. Okay, because we're extended. I pointed out we're kind of been back and forth across the 20 MA here. And then we went from kind of a breakout failure all the way to a breakdown and then a large gap down into support here. You can see into the 20 MA on the weekly. Okay, so gap down in the Qs, got bought pretty quickly there and just stayed in an uptrend all day. So that aspect of it, I think, is a little bit different than what I was anticipating. Okay, so while at the open, market gap down is probably going to get bought, I expected us to potentially start the sell-off in the afternoon. Now, because of the way that we started, it's a pretty grindy uptrend that we got going here in the morning. It may still happen tomorrow. I think the numbers to watch here are really going to be if we create some kind of pivot on the hourly. Now, you can see we kind of tried to do one here, and it immediately went back up. Okay, so right here we have a little bit of an attempt at a pivot there, broke below and then went right back up. Not that surprising that that failed. Wide range bars at the beginning, so a lot of buying really stepped in at the open. So a little bit of a pullback is really just going to be a buying opportunity for people who missed the initial move, right? So a little bit too strong the way this rally started to, I think, anticipate an afternoon sell-off. Will that show up tomorrow? I don't think it'll be like right at the open. I think if we do continue this hourly downtrend that we have on the Qs, it's going to be maybe tomorrow afternoon or the day after. Okay, because look at the kind of like opposing action here. Wide range red bar, wide range green bar. Okay, so this kind of price action is kind of suggesting maybe that this range is in. It could be a big sloppy range that we're in for the near future, just because of the way that this support stepped up and got bought. Okay, so I'm trying to anticipate what we might see tomorrow afternoon. Obviously, whatever price action we get in the morning will give us more clarity here. So for right now, going into tomorrow, going to be neutral on the Qs and SPY. The main reason, if I were just to simplify why neutral for tomorrow, Qs, right, are in a downtrend now, right? Tried to hold this higher low, broke down on the daily here. The weekly, though, is at a very good spot as far as support goes. Okay, pullback, rising 20, overlap to the left. Okay, so Qs, a large weekly, still bullish, daily is weak, and then the hourly is a little bit weaker, which is why I'm saying if we get some more clarity, especially if we hold in this area or we gap down a little bit tomorrow, I think then the weakness in the hour and the daily can take over. Okay, SPY is kind of a different picture. Okay, we've noted the kind of difference in the SPY, the relative strength in the SPY as of late, right? Gap down is weakening as well. Potential breakout failure there, but the weekly, monthly are still really bullish on the SPY. Okay, so for both are very neutral. Okay, they kind of got there in different ways, but neutral for tomorrow. Okay, all right, let's go over the plays from today. HBI, very damaging gap. I like that it's breaking the uptrend here. Okay. And then this entry, I gotta say, a little bit aggressive. And I felt like throughout today, entries were easy to come by. Moves happened all over the place. There's a lot of movement today, but getting good entries was whether that was like a sell setup or a breakdown, any pattern. I thought they were all tough. So this is a little bit aggressive, a little bit late to be focused on the 1 minute, and a little bit extended even off of the 1 minute. But I didn't want to play while I was still grinding any break here. And you can see it came in hard, and then that was the play there. On the HBI, got to target 1, and then the back half didn't work. So after that, got to there and rallied. Probably because the weekly 20 MA is where it got to there. Yeah, 1856 right to the first. That was where the first target came from. But I wanted to see follow through because of the impact of the gap. Okay. And then the PRGO, I really like the gap bully here. We had a gap down. We broke through resistance, looking for us to get to the next level of resistance there. So that was a gap bully and playing a 5-minute base breakout right here. Breakout, though, did not follow through. Okay. Issues with this play, the flaws with this play is all right here, I think. It went a little bit climactic. Now, I'm not playing the first buy setup or here, or even the first kind of breakout here, right? Ended up playing this, looking to put all of this together. But you can see, tried to break out, no follow through, and failed. Okay. So, yeah, a little bit aggressive. And that's what I had a hard time with today. So, I tried not to be too active because there just wasn't that many good setups. Okay, which was tough in comparison to yesterday and the week before, where aggressiveness was very rewarding. Today, different. It was different because it was all about the market. Okay, it was all about the market gap, and especially the Q's gap, right? So what this did really dictated what a lot of the charts are going to do. And so it makes it a little bit challenging when our focus is to focus on the gaps and find what's on their own page. When the market itself is gapping, right, a lot of those gaps, a greater number or percentage of the gaps on our gaps list are going to actually be market dependent, whereas usually most of them are on their own page. So, it makes it a little bit harder. So I thought today that was the real challenge, okay, is that, it was really all about the market, okay? But, some people I think still did pretty well. I thought we were pretty prepared for what the market could do today, depending on whether it gapped, was flat, or what should be our expectation. So hopefully you did well. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Neutral bias for the Qs and SPY going into tomorrow. We'll see kind of what the afternoon brings, and that'll, I think, give us a lot of insight into what to expect going into the rest of the week. Okay? Hope you did well today. I'll talk to you tomorrow.